Welcome back, viewers, to Nazareto's channel. In this quick episode, we're going to be installing and reviewing this Amazon dash camera. I bought this on Amazon for like 50 bucks, and I decided to give it a try. We're going to install it on my 2019 Rav4. So I haven't even opened this package. This camera has a G sensor, camera, viewer, voice recorder, file recycle. It's an HD camera. It also says nothing else. It says driving video recorder for all vehicles. Let's open it up, see how it is. Alright, got my little knife here. Let's unpackage it together. What do we got here? It's so nicely packaged. This is the camera itself. Wow, it feels very nice. Let me get close up. So I opened this package and let's give you a close-up view on this camera. The brand is Toyota BT12. You know, on Amazon there's so many different dash cameras, but I wanted something cheap, something that had good reviews, around 50-60 bucks. So this was a perfect candidate with a lot of reviews. I figure why not, give it a try. And it does feel very good in my hands. It feels solid, you know, it feels like one of those early digital cameras. First thing I really like on the bottom here, you have the HDMI port. And the micro USB, you can connect it here, and also you can there's like a little screwing thing, so where the mount goes you can just screw in the mount, very easy. There's a slot for the for the micro SD card. This is all the control buttons here on the side, a little power button here. Feels very nice, I like it. And the screen itself also not that huge, so when it's going to be mounted, it's not going to be like very big block hanging off the window. Let's give you some dimensions on this thing. So I want to give you dimensions. Instead of reading the manual, you can see I'm going to measure this LCD screen from one corner to another. To be exact, it's 2.56 inches this way, and let's measure it this way. This way it's going to measure 1.5 inch. And if we measure this camera from the body from one corner to another, it's 3.4 inches. Also, when we measure it this way, it's 2.04 inches. Now, from the back to the front of the camera, it's 1.4 inches, 1.42 inch. So the thickness of the camera itself, it's about half an inch, 0.59. So I want something that is not too big on the window, and I want something that gives me a good quality video, and I do want a screen. So that's why I bought this camera, and the price was right, 50 bucks. Now let's see what's included. We have 2 spare suctioning cups. We have the power cord, of course. We have extra USB port here, USB cable. What else? A little manual here. A little manual, and it says Toyota 1080p high-speed driving recorder. Okay, model BT12. Tells you about the interface and buttons functions, and basic key functions. Tells you where to mount it and how to wire it. And also tells you about operating mode. So it's very nice detail a manual. Usually these Chinese cameras, they don't have like a good manual. I've had a lot of different products shipped to me, and manuals are usually not as good, but this is good. Self-explanatory manual. This camera operates in 3 modes: video recording mode, photo mode, and playback mode. These modes only have menus, so to help you configure recording and taking photos, press M button. Okay, we'll get to that. Tells you about the setup, white balance, solid. I like it. And I'm gonna show you this, what it says here on the camera. It says 170-degree wide angle lens, which is nice. 12.0 megapixel. It's pretty cool. I think recording is going to be pretty good. I'm going to find my micro SD card. I'm going to install it, and then we're going to power this thing on. I'm going to try to install this camera like right here, and the power supply port, power cord will come out through here. Because on this Rav4, this is XLE 2019, there's a little hole right here. And if you do have like adventure model or hybrid, you might not have this hole, so you have to route it differently. And the idea is, I'm going to route this cable through here into the pillar. We're going to hide this, go around here on the side, all the way into here. But the first thing I want to do this. I want to install the suctioning cup. It should be easily screwed in, and we're gonna perfectly mount this. It's very easy. You just screw this suctioning cup into this little, like a hole right there. And let's see, I'm doing it always one hand. And it's nice that they provide you with 2 suctioning cups. Make sure this part is open. So now I have everything snug and tight. So the idea is, I want to put my camera like right here. Yeah, like right here. Well, I'm going to turn it on to make sure I can adjust the view and everything. It has to be like in the center. So it looks like it's going to be perfect if I mount it like right here. You can also turn it. And this angle, very wide camera angle, 170 degrees, so it's actually pretty good, and it's not even capturing this part right here, the plastic. So I'm gonna leave it like here, and we're gonna adjust it. So this is where I mounted my camera, and suctioning cup holding pretty good. And I adjusted the camera so you can see the hood, everything in front of. Quality is 1080p. We can change it later. See, even now it's recording. I have the date set, the time, and I do like this position of this camera. When you open the visor, it's not in the way or anything, and it's not like in the way when you're driving. So it's like right here behind the mirror. It looks pretty good. All I have to do right now, I'm just gonna guide this cable. We're gonna hide this cable inside. So since I decided to keep my camera in this position, in this location, this is where my iPads go. And if I go higher with a suctioning cup, what's gonna happen, you're gonna see this in a view. So this is actually perfect mounting position like this. And if I go to the side, I don't want my passenger like sitting here, like see the camera right here. So I like this to the side a little bit. And also if I put it lower, where I have a little icon of Jesus, if I put it lower, I don't want anything over here. I really don't, in the center. It's like a distraction when you're driving and obstructing the view. This is perfect location. This suctioning cup is holding very well. So now we're just gonna guide this cable through the little hole which is on the bottom there. See there? So like a little hole. We're gonna push this cable through behind the glove box and up about the pillar into the camera. So we're gonna open my glove box and we have to remove it. And I have a lot of stuff there. So the reason is we want to be able to pull the cable from the back here. Alright, let's do this. A little hole right there. I'm going to push this cable through and then fish it out on this other end. So in order to feed this wire through, push a good amount of this wire in, just push it up, and then with your hand, with your fingers, you'll feel it. It's going to come out on the other end. So this is our cable. This is what we want. And see, I'm pulling it. So just push a lot of the cable in, good chunk of it, good length, and keep pulling it out. Keep pulling it out. All right, let's plug it in. We plug it in, and I'm gonna guide it underneath here. So it's right behind the eyepiece. And we're just gonna push this cable in. Until we come to this corner. Now when you come around this corner, we want to hide this cable into this pillar and follow the guide this cable, hide it behind this rubber seal. So I tuck the cable behind this pillar, and now I have to just push it in there. Just push it in there, keep pushing it until you hide it all the way in. Come around here and go around this corner, and then when you come down the excess, just pull it inside. And a good thing to have this plastic trim removal tool, so you can just push the cable in there, see, like this. It's just sitting there. All right, cool. And now I'm gonna plug this one in here, and then pull the remaining cable out, and whatever is left we can just zip tie it so it doesn't, and just tuck it underneath somewhere over there. So I just hide the remaining cable underneath over there like that, and now we're just gonna install the glove box. Done. Cable is nicely hidden. So there. Okay. Goes behind the and it comes out. Now I do wish that this power cord was here, or because it's kind of like sticking out like this. Alright, let's turn on the auxiliary. Camera turns on automatically. And it starts recording right away. You can adjust the angle, but this is pretty much, you can still see this part right here, but you can lower it down like this. I do want it to see the hood. And quality is pretty amazing. Pretty good quality. And we still have our date, time, everything's correct. And it's recording right now. And it's in the loop recording, and of course you see the G sensor turned on. So now you can turn this menu, go into the menu and turn on the screensaver. If you don't want to see this as a, so it doesn't distract you while you're driving, you can turn it off the screen and it's going to just record. So only one problem you might possibly encounter, like I did, when this pillar came off, and there's a little clip here, and plastic clip here, and it's just hard to put it back. So you have to squeeze on it behind, there's like plastic clip, you have to squeeze on both sides, pull the clip out, and install it back into this pillar and push it back. I totally forgot to record that, but if you come into a problem with this, don't worry. Perfectly hidden cable behind here, and then it goes behind my eyepass to the side into the camera. It looks pretty neat. And when you open the sun visor, the camera is not in the way. That's good. And here it looks very nice and neat. Probably next thing, if I'm going to keep this camera, I'm just going to connect it to the USB to the port. And but in the meantime, I like it the way it is now. My first installation looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So overall, guys and girls, I'm pretty happy with this camera for 50 bucks. It has a lot of features, lots of settings you can do. Records pretty good. And like I said, it's better have one than not have one. It has an internal battery. They can, I believe it records up to 12 hours. You can do sensor recording, or when the car is parked in the park mode, it will record any motions. Obviously, when you have in the accessory mode, like right now, it's going to be charging and working off the 12-volt accessory. You can change the 12 megapixels if you want. You can change, let's set this menu. Resolution. You can go 12, 10, 8 megapixel, 5 megapixels. You can go sequencing or quality. Let's go under quality. Fine, normal, and economy. So if you have a smaller micro SD card, you can, go to economy, or if you want to save memory. But I'm good with fine resolution, sharpness. There's a park mode, date and time, auto power off, screensaver, beeping sound language. So it's all self-explanatory settings. But my main thing that I really wanted to do is the dual loop recording. Like, I want to make sure that thing is on. So when you hit this button twice, you'll go to a different menu. So I do have a loop recording on this thing. And the parking mode, I'd have it off. Well, pretty neat little camera. Sits very nicely there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. And this camera is not that bad. It's actually pretty good. And for 50 bucks, you can't beat it. Looks good, quality feels good, customer service is pretty good, and easy to install. So for now being, I'm going to keep this one, and we'll see you in the next video, hopefully. See what's going to happen.